Hello, Alyssa here. Taking a break. Thankfully, they're taking a break from all the gunfire. Oh, I'm running for my life here in war-ravaged Portland. I can't even say that with a straight face. Hello, everyone. I'm here to reassure you that I am safe and sound here in war-ravaged Portland, Oregon, where there's just war everywhere. But I somehow have managed to stay safe. No, I'm being sarcastic in case you couldn't tell. Now, for those of you who live under a rock, or perhaps live in another country and don't follow U.S. politics that closely, because I know I have some subscribers uh, around the world, um, this comes from the fact that Mr. Trump, I will call him to be nice, Mr. Trump, the guy in the White House over there, declared on, I guess it's Truth Social or whatever social network he's using these days. On Saturday, he tweeted that he's going to send federal troops, U.S. military, to my hometown of Portland, Oregon, because it's just gotten so out of control here, and it's war ravaged. He called it war ravaged Portland, and he needs to do something about it. So he's sending federal troops to this city to do something about war ravaged Portland. And us here in Portland, when we saw that, we were like, war what now? What's ravaged? What are you talking about? What? I just wanted to express to you all, like, just how absolutely delusional that is, and how crazy and insane, and for me, a little surreal to hear that described, that term used to describe Portland right now. Let me just express to you just how insane that is. So you can see it maybe if there were like protesters like there were in 2020, and having confrontations with the police and police throwing gas at them, and people destroying federal buildings and things like that. Which, by the way, the 2020 protests in Portland also greatly exaggerated in the national media. Like, people would write me, "Are you okay? Like, your whole city's burning down." I'm like, "Well, what? What? I don't know." If you don't go to a certain part of town, then you don't see any of that. There was stuff happening in 2020, so I could maybe see if that was happening again. He could take that, uh, exaggerate it, use it as a lame excuse to send troops in, like he did in Los Angeles. But I want to tell you, not even that was happening. In fact, in the exact moment that he sent that tweet, nothing was happening. Not even just like regular peaceful protests, just people standing outside the ice facility with signs. No, not even that. Nothing. Absolutely nobody was doing anything except for, strolling down to the farmer's market, listening to some music, walking your dog, riding your bike around town, going out for brunch, the Portland things that Portland people do on Saturday mornings. That is what is happening. It was a nice day out too. Um, Last nice day for a while. It's kind of rainy and cloudy for the next week or two here. But it's a nice day. Everybody's happy, and like then we all see the news. Like, wait, what's ravaged now? What? Like, absolutely. I just want to express how delusional this feels to us. Absolutely nothing was going around at all. Nothing was happening. Not even peaceful protests. Nothing. No one was even near the ice building. Our Senator Ron Wyden posted on social media a shot of the ice building, and he just like panned around the ice building. There was nobody there. So we're like, what? um, to be fair, I mean, there have been peaceful protests there for the past few weeks since the beginning of the summer. Um, Usually they're kind of just like 25, 50 people, like kind of low key ones, like hardly anyone there, just a few people out there peacefully protesting. Occasionally, there has been confrontations between the protesters, Portland police a little bit, but I think more so federal agents, ICE agents. Um, there had been some confrontations. There had been mainly ICE agents, federal agents attacking peaceful protesters with gas. Is mainly what's happened, but even that was only occasional. Um, for the most part, the protests that had been happening had been pretty low key, not super eventful, and always peaceful. At least from the standpoint of the protesters, always peaceful. But on the day that he sent that tweet, there was literally nothing, nothing. At least in LA, there were actively people on the streets doing stuff. Like there were actually people there, like doing stuff. There was literally nobody doing anything except going to waiting in the long brunch line and having a cup of coffee, or buying some tomatoes from your local farmer. Like that's what was happening in Portland. I myself at the time was packing up to go for a lovely hike. One of the last nice days that we had out into the woods, by the Clackamas River. So I was getting my dog ready to packing up and go and do that stuff when I heard the news. Uh, and I'm like, well, it's a good thing I'm getting out of town, getting away from this crazy war zone. Now, I just want to express to all of you who do not live in Portland just how insane that felt to us. um, so we all just, it seemed like everybody was just kind of laughing as a lot of people just making jokes about it on social media. Oh, here I am driving around in war ravaged Portland. Uh, I myself posted a reel on Instagram, just I walked like a block away and just did a pan over of like the block. There's like nothing happening, and I saw a squirrel run across the street. So I put the tag on it. Oh, watch out for those warmongering squirrels! Like, watch out! Like, it's insane. Like, it is absolutely insane. Now, of course, since Trump announced that he wants to send troops, obviously, yes, there's hundreds of people protesting now because we're protesting against that. But we're still peaceful. And I think that that's kind of the point. Is they're trying to poke the bear. They're trying to aggravate us and make us cause issues so they can say, "Oh, look at this war ravaged Portland." Like they're trying to do that. But no, it's peaceful. And the protests include politicians, they include business leaders, they include respected people in the community saying, no, stay out of here. So now there's big protests because Trump is threatening to send troops in. Um, as I record this, I don't know what the status of that is yet. Last that I read was that Oregon has sued to try to block the deployment of troops. I don't know if that will be successful. If the troops do come, we're looking at 200 National Guards people. Um, and then we would go through the courts the way that California did to try to get them out. Um, and our governor made a pretty good point. Like we have wildfires. That's what we need the National Guards people for, is helping with the wildfires. So that's the Portland or Oregon just going to just burn down, and all the guards people are sitting around Portland like doing what? Are we going to just start beating people? What are they gonna do? Like, what are they gonna do? There's literally nothing for them to do here. Um, so at first, when I heard this, my thought was, well, he's being intentionally deceptive because that's what Trump does. Like 99.9% of the words that come out of his mouth are lies. Maybe like not the word individual words like it and the and but generally everything he says is a lie. So that's a safe assumption that like he's deliberately trying to mislead the public about what's happening in Portland. But then I read an article about how our governor gave him a call and it's like, hey, everything is fine in Portland. There's nothing going on. We don't need your help. And for the first, I read the article on Saturday that was like from her perspective. And then the next day on Sunday, I read the other side of that conversation with which was Trump going, oh, is it not as bad as I thought it was? I thought it was really bad. And then in a different interview on somewhere on TV or whatever, Trump said that he's well, maybe it isn't as bad as it looks on TV. I'm watching it on TV. He's getting his information from TV. So I'm thinking like Stephen Miller is putting on like some war movie or something, or putting on footage from the Middle East, or putting on footage from like the Iraq War, or I don't know what, maybe even World War II, and putting it on the TV and going, "That's Portland, Mr. President." And he's like, "Oh wow, well I'm gonna go send my troops in." I don't know. And anyone who doesn't know who Stephen Miller is, look him up. He's basically Doctor Evil. Like I can see him, well, and he's a fucking fascist. Um, so I kind of think that maybe Trump is just he. I mean, I already know he has dementia, but I think maybe he doesn't actually. He's not intentionally lying here. He actually really believes that there's a war zone in Portland right now. He actually believes that because he has dementia. Do you all understand like how dangerous and scary of a situation this is, that we have an authoritarian in office who continues to try to consolidate more power for himself. And unfortunately, all his minions and ass kissers in Congress and everyone who around him is doing everything they can, Supreme Court as well, everything they can to funnel that power toward him. And he is trying to build more and more power for himself. Um, he's an authoritarian. He wants to be a dictator, and also he has dementia. This is worse than I thought, everybody. This is pretty scary because not only do we have an authoritarian, but we have an authoritarian who is going to take authoritative action based on his delusions that come out of his dementia. And I think he does have people like Stephen Miller who are stoking the flames of that fire. Like, oh, look at this, Mr. President. Like, oh, wow, wow. Like, it's playing right into his dementia. And I think it's only going to get worse from here. I think, it won't be too long before Trump invades, like, I don't know, New York or something like that, because he believes that the scrolls have come down and disguised themselves as Puerto Ricans. So the evil aliens, from outer space have come down and infiltrated New York City, and they're all Puerto Ricans now. So now we have to go send the troops in and eradicate all the Puerto Ricans because they're actually aliens from space. We're not that far from that. We're not that far. And then you got Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, going, "Oh yes, sir, the aliens from outer space. We must destroy them all." And it's like, and then you'll have Fox News going, "Yeah, aliens from outer space," and like everybody just going along with his crazy delusions. We're not really that far away from that right now. Like you've got MAGA, you've got Fox News, you've got Newsmax, all the talking heads, all the his followers and his cult, the MAGA cult, all of those people following everything that he says, every delusion that he has, and go, "Oh yeah, this is a real thing. We need to go destroy all the libtards, liberals, whatever, because they're aliens from outer space or whatever." Like we're not on the craziness scale. Just to get back again to tell you just how insane it felt to us here in Portland. On the craziness scale, like aliens from outer space, like Trump's taking authoritative action based on aliens from outer space being in the cities, maybe just slightly higher on the crazy scale than calling Portland war ravaged. Like when it was so peaceful and just normal here. It is absolutely insane. And I made the mistake of reading some comments that some right wing MAGA trolls were writing on some Facebook posts. I don't know why I read those things, but like they're trying to make the argument, oh, it is war ravaged. Have you gone to Hayden Island? Have you gone to this place and that place? And they're talking. He was talking about where all the homeless people camps are, like homeless people. It's war ravaged. There's all these homeless people everywhere. A, every city has every large city has a homelessness problem. B, the solution to the homelessness problem is not sending in the military. And if you think it is, you're fucking insane. And then I saw another comment where someone was like, "Oh my god, you don't know? I heard gunshots out my window the other day. There's crime." Yeah, you live in a city. There's crime. I mean, I hate to say it. Like, I wish there wasn't homelessness and crime in every city. I wish it wasn't like a regular part of city life, but it is. And Portland, statistically, is one of the lower crime rated cities, and homelessness is pretty bad here. But as sad as it is, that is a normal thing for cities. And no one had ever suggested before to send in the military to take care of ordinary crime until Trump did that for DC. The crime rate was down in DC, um, but his solution was to send in the military, and you have these MAGA idiots online like cheering this on. um, but if you think the solution to simple homelessness and um, everyday crime is sending in the military, you're fucking insane, and you're also a fascist because you want to turn the military on the American citizens. So, uh, no, and also homelessness and regular crime that happens every day does not make a city war ravaged. Like that is the arguments these people make. Like it's just insane. It's insanity. We live in an insane world, everybody, in case you hadn't noticed. Uh, anyway, I'm just kind of ranting now. I just wanted to come on here and assure you all I am safe and sound here in crazy war ravaged Portland. Uh, we'll see what happens if indeed the troops do come in. It looks like National Guards people. I mean, it's possible if they do come, I may not ever see them if they stick to the part of town where the ice facility is, because that's not where I live. Um, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Hoping that we're able to be successful in blocking that deployment, but I don't know. We'll see. Trump says he's still sending them because he saw it on TV. We have a lunatic in the White House who is taking authoritative action based on his delusions. This is a real thing. Anyways, I'm doing all right here. I'll let y'all know in a little bit if that stays the same, but there's certainly no war that's being ravaged anywhere around here yet, not until the military comes in and stokes that war. But yeah, we're doing all right here in Portland. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.